Hey y'all, what up? It's your girl Miss G in the house. There it is. Hey, I'm bringing another spoiler alert to you. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Yeah. After I watched the first video, panic alert, I decided to watch LMN, Life Movie Network. That's a station, one of them stations my sister watched. She watched it a lot too. And that ain't Lifetime. Well, I tell you what, if you don't like spoiler alerts, you may want to shift off my channel. Because you know what? I'm about to bring it to you. This one may be a little long. Kind of touch a nerve. Because I can recall a situation that took with Happy with me. But you know what? We're about to get this in. Let me tell y'all something. As I watched this movie, it brought back some memories to me of a situation that I had went through for us with dating someone. But I'm about to get into this. This Lifetime movie network, it's called Secrets in the Woods. Some of you may have seen it. Secrets in the Woods. This young lady had met this gentleman on a dating site, and apparently she decided to go camping with him, not knowing what his intentions were. She not knowing it at all. I tell you what, you almost have to get a background check done on someone that you may be dating, or even get some other things checked out before you decide to date someone. That's what point is getting to. I know this is not real, but situations like this can happen. This is what happened to this young lady. She decided to go camping with this young man who she met on a dating app, and she noticed where they went, there was no signals. They didn't have TV, cell phones, none of that. They was in a wooded area. And as she would go camping with him, she noticed that her stuff was coming up missing. And she kept seeing somebody in the woods, but she didn't know who it was. Now, at that time, she had not met his father. Let's just call her Sandra and him Brian. So Sandra decided, she kept telling him, well, somebody took my backpack. He keep blaming it on these little critters that was out in the woods. And she was like, no, because she had put her shoes in there. So once they got up to the log cabin, he gave her a dress. The dress that he gave her was his mom's dress. Never mind you, he told her his mom was deceased. He never went into detail as to what happened with his mom when he was talking to her. But He felt that she would be a good candidate for him. He asked her, could she see herself living in the woods with him? And she couldn't see that. So finally, as she was trying to get back to his vehicle, which was out in the woods, I want to say jungle, but it's the woods. It looked like a jungle. But after trying to get to his truck, somehow he told her that she fell, which she got hit over the head, I guess by his father. And they took her back up to the cabin. When they took her back up to the cabin, he introduced his father to her, and she noticed that his father was the person who was in the woods. She laying down. They had her clothing, had a big old knot upside her head from getting hit and what have you. Well, I tell you what, they had chained her legs. She had a chain on her leg, which that chain was so long she can go from the bedroom to the living room to the dining room to the kitchen. That's how long that chain was. They had it wrapped around her leg so she wouldn't get away. Come to find out, Brian was looking for a woman who would, excuse me, who would take care of the household. Him and his father was. He was actually looking for a woman for his father. And I guess his father made him feel some type of way. So he knew he had to get a woman for his father. Him and his father had a conversation, and he told his father, I can't do this anymore. I really can't do this anymore. His father said, no problem. He said, but this is what you need to do. He said, his father told him that he owed him because he felt that the son had manipulated the mom. And by the son manipulating the mom was not trying to stay there in that cabin. She called herself trying to leave, and the father took her out. He took her out. So the son, he would go on date naps to get women for his father. Never mind you, after the mom, he had got 3 other different women. Each one of them tried to leave, and the father took them out. He did away with them because they tried to leave. So he told his father, he said, I don't think she wants to stay. She seems like she's angry. You think? Do you think? So they decided, okay, we're going to train her. We're going to train her to how we need her to be so that she can clean this house, cook food for us, and everything that we need done, she need to do it. We're going to train her how to do it. But I tell you what, when I tell you they had the wrong one, they had the wrong one. They did. She was doing everything possible that she can do to get away from them. The father, he locked her in the, it was an outhouse where you use the bathroom. He locked her in there. He locked her in there. Told her, you're going to stay in here. You stand your tail up in here until you decide that you're going to act right. Well, I tell you what, she pleaded and everything. She told him, please, if you let me out, I would do anything you need me to do for you. Well, that's what her mouth was saying. But her thought process was not going that way. Oh, I tell you, this young lady, he let her out. He told her that you is not going to run away. If you run away, I will take you out. I tell you what, This young lady, she got, she didn't have no cell phone, nothing where she can call, but her sister was trying to get a hold of her. So her sister decided to go on a hunt for her because she told her sister where she was going. So her sister decided she's going to go look for her. And apparently her sister ran across this other crazy guy. She ran across this other crazy guy, and he knew something was going on with them two men and that young lady, Sandra. This other gentleman knew something was going on, but he ended up dealing with her sister, and somehow they had Sandra to cook dinner for them. She done ran away I don't know how many times. The father done threatened her, and he told her to cook dinner for him. She said that she would do anything for him. She said, "Here, let me get you your special dish." The son told her what his father liked to eat. He liked it to eat fish with mushrooms and, veggies, vegetables, what have you. So they decided to capture fish, and she decided to cook the fish. Well, let me tell you what else she did. This young lady was refusing to give up, and I don't blame her. She put some mushrooms, some poison mushrooms, in with the fish. The father and the son was like, "Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good." So they asked her, "Hey, you're not gonna eat?" And she said, "No, I'm really not hungry. My head is hurting." They knew something was up. They knew something was up with her. So what they did, they decided they hesitate on eating. So all of a sudden they get a knock on the door. It was the other guy from up at the store who was with her sister, who was looking for her. He knocked on the door. "Hey, is anybody home? I need some help. Is anybody home? I need some help." And they sat there, and that father told her, "You better not say nothing. If you say anything, I'm going to take you out, and I'm going to take that guy that's knocking on the door out. I'm going to get both of y'all." She wouldn't say anything. She stood there, and she was like, "Oh my God." But you can just look in her eyes. She was looking at him. She was looking at him like, "I'm getting your tail. I am getting you. I'm getting both of y'all." That's the way she was looking. So the guy came in. They told him, "Come on in. Come on in." He came up in there. They told him, "Have a seat. Have a seat. Come on." He said, "Well, I needed some help. I was stuck down here." He told them where he was stuck at. They said, "Well, come on. We got an extra plate for you. Come on, sit down and eat," like that. So they gave this guy her plate. That guy was eating that. He was, "Oh, this is so good. This is so good." Lord, I say about a minute and a half later, he was like, the father said, "Is everything okay?" He was like, he said, "Well, I tell you what, them killer mushrooms, they will get you. They will get you every time." He said, "Now, this is what you can do." This is what the father said to them man. "This is what you can do. You can sit in here and croak over, or you can get up and go out that door. Whichever one you want, go out that door and get you some air. Get your breathing together." The father and the son looked at each other, and then they looked at the girl. It's like, she tried to poison us. But it backfired. It backfired.
So the guy, he leaned over to her before he took his last breath to tell her about her sister. And she said, well, where's my sister? Where's my sister? Because he had her sister. The other guy who came to the house, he had her sister. And I tell you what he did after she got away from him, that guy turned around and stabbed the father. Ugh. Ugh. Meanwhile, the son standing there telling his father, Daddy, I done had some of them mushrooms. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? The father telling him, don't you know not to trust a female? You don't trust they cooking. He told him don't trust the cooking. Oh, I tell you what. She ran off. And when she ran off, her sister was out there. Her sister was like, oh my God, where have you been? She told her sister, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. She said, no, I'm not leaving you. Her sister said, I'm not leaving you. She said, yes, you gotta go. Her sister said she wasn't leaving her. By the time her sister said, I'm not leaving you, and she turned around, the father was right there. If you take one move, you gone. Oh, I tell you, let me tell you something. He ended up getting both of them and put them on shackles. He took both of them, put them on shackles, tied them up to a vehicle outside, and told them that y'all gonna stay out here all night and the coyotes gonna get you. We're gonna let them get you. He had to go back into that house and attend to his son because his son couldn't breathe because he had ate some of her food. So he had to go nurture his son back to his health. The next morning, he came down. He said, hey, he seen that the coyotes didn't get to him. So he said, oh, I made a decision. And the two girls sitting there they're like in fear, like, oh my God. He said, I made a decision now. Let me tell you something. He said to Sandra, you know you gotta go. Where one door closes, another one opens. What he meant by that, he was getting ready to take Sandra out, do away with her, and he was going to make Sandra's sister the housewife for the house. This is crazy. So, after he took Sandra, he told Sandra he was getting ready to take her out and shoot her. His son said, no, Daddy, I'll get her. Let me get her. Because he wanted to have one last moment with her. The son did. So the son took her. I said, now, they is tripping. He had an axe. So after he did what he was going to do to her, he was going to go ahead and get rid of her. She took that rock, boy. She took that rock, bam! Went upside that forehead. He went. He got back up, bam! I tell you what, she knocked that tail out. She knocked that tail out. So then, she comes back to rescue her sister, who he was going to make her the woman of the house. He turned around. He was getting ready to, boy, let me tell you something. He was getting ready to put the hurt on her. He seen this Sandra. He told her, what did you do to my son? Did you kill my son? She looked at him like, she didn't want to tell him that she killed him. Because she did. She actually didn't. She thought she did. She looked at him and he just, boy, he smacked her. Bam! He back smacked her and he was going to finish off.
As he getting ready to go finish off, her sister, he decide, okay, I'm going to finish you off, and I'm getting ready to train you so that you can become the lady of the house. You cook, clean, and do everything else. Makes no sense. So the sister, while he doing damage to the one sister, while he doing damage to Sandra, the other sister came with this big old stick. Let me tell you something. I was in it. I was in it. I was all in it. I was all in that picture. Boy, she said, blam. I'm saying to myself, get him. Get him. She did an uppercut with that thing. Blam. Knocked him completely down. Then Sandra was able to get the axe. You know, I got to thinking, she's not going to kill him. I know she's not going to kill him. That's what I got to thinking. That was not the case. She had that axe, and she looked at him, and she just said, bam! Right in his heart. Hit him right in his heart with that axe. So then her and her sister, they trying to find their way out. Her sister trying to use her phone. Sandra trying to tell her, there's no signal out here. But then there was a signal. It was only in a certain area where there was a signal. But as they walking, Sandra noticed Brian. Where's Brian's body? Brian's body is gone. They look around, Brian walking toward them. He said, what did y'all do to my dad? Where's my dad? Did y'all kill my dad? They said, yeah. We took your dad out. Boy, I tell you what. He started running toward them. Sandra's sister had the gun and said, boom. He was still running toward her. Now, while he's still running toward her, and he almost grabbed her, Sandra up at the hill. Never mind you, the son taught Sandra how to throw an axe on the bullseye. Oh, that axe went. She had that axe. She was at the top of that hill. Bam! Hit him right in his forehead. Knocked him completely out. I said, Lord, what is going on here? Yeah. That's LMN, Life Movie Network. I tell you what. At one point, I would not watch that. I just would not watch it, but my sister got me really into that channel. They have some actually good movies on there. Real good movies. This was a spoiler alert, y'all. When I tell you it was a spoiler alert, spoiler alert. And I tell you what, that movie made me think about sort of kind of a situation. I wasn't really in a situation like that, but I did go on a dating app. And when I went on a dating app, I spoke to this guy for probably a month and a half. And then he sent me his number. We started texting back and forth. When I tell you his text was like a novel, I thought, is he copying and pasting this? Because that stuff was so long, and as fast as he was sending it to me, I couldn't read all of it. I couldn't read all of it. I was able to read some of it.
And he did mention to me, he had 2 sons and a daughter. Now, they were younger. These were younger kids. His 2 sons was living with their mother, and the daughter was living with him. I thought that was kind of strange because he had permanent custody of her, and the mom had permanent custody of the 2 sons. He ended up marrying this other lady. He married this other lady. He said that she married him for his money and to get over here. I guess she was in a foreign country or something like that. But I thought that was strange. They were together for 30 days. He ended up divorcing her, and he said that she got her for a lot of his money and what have you. I thought that was very strange. But then he said to me, is it okay if my daughter call you mom? I said, is it okay for your daughter to call me mom? What do you mean? He said, well, she needs a mom and to raise her and this, that, and other, you know. And I'm thinking, okay, my child already raised. What makes him think I want to raise somebody else's child? Look, I'm not the person that's trying to raise somebody else's child. I told him, I said, well, you know, I think I did a good deed with my own, and I'm not trying to raise nobody else's child. I'm really not. This man got to talking real crazy. He was from another city, and he kept saying to me, I'm coming to get you. And let me tell y'all what I did. When he said that, I went in my in one of my drawers, got all my nails and my hammer, and I started nailing up all the windows. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, you don't even know where I stayed. He said, I can find out where you stayed. No. So then as we talking, I look at my phone, right? I look down at my phone. I turned on my location. I'm like, no, this man lost his mind. And I just couldn't understand. So then he sent me a picture. I asked him, what kind of dog is that you have? He sent me a picture with him and these 2 dogs. I asked him, what kind of dogs is that? They were wolves. I'm like, oh. But you know what? I had to leave that alone. I told him I'm not interested. I'm really not interested. I need to get off that dating app. I got off that dating app. I deleted and everything else. I was no. Because this is the thing. He showed me a picture of him. The texting did not match up with the picture. The texting was almost in a whole different language. And him being on the phone with me did not match up with how he looked. I said, this must be catfish. All day and every day must be. But I said, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But y'all, hey, I just want to share that spoiler alert story with Lifetime Movie Network. I want to just share that with you guys. That's a spoiler alert. Like I said, hey, if you don't want me to bring these spoiler alerts to you, hey, you might as well head on somebody else's channel. But anywho, if you like what I delivered, go ahead. Give me a thumbs up, or you can give me a thumbs down. Share my video to family and friends. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? You can even make a comment if you want. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. You stay safe and blessed, and I'm up. Take care.